Wade is guarding Bryant. Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in! Oh, he banks in the three! And the Lakers win the game!
Boom. Good morning, Insurance Syndicate. Happy winning on Wednesday. It is 9 a.m. Central live here at Syndicate HQ. I am excited to be here. I'm freaking pumped up. We've got an amazing show ready to rock and roll for y'all. You guys can see here again, I am enrolling. This is my last week running solo without my fearless co-host, Mr. Tony Merwin. For the past 2 weeks, like I said, y'all, he is leading from the front. They are crushing in their AEP. And getting ready. I think you guys have like a month left, I think, in AEP. Correct me if I'm wrong. I still don't know how to spell Medicare. But shout out to Mr. Merwin, man. We miss you, but we'll be good to have you back next week. If you guys can, real quick, let me know in the comments that you can hear and see me. I hope y'all, again, are having an amazing kickstart to your week. Real quick, shout out to our main sponsor of the show, Viva Virtual Solutions. Shout out to Rob Lopez and Lily Davies. Just everything that y'all are doing for the community within Insurance Syndicate, as well as everything that you do on the Clearview side of things. I have to give a special shout out to you, Rob, because I told you I would. We had one of our virtual assistants that ended up resigning. I guess that was 2 weeks ago, and just literally like same day, right? And she's who were like running our main lines and was helping on other service work and stuff like that. So like kind of a pivotal piece, right, to the organization. Y'all, I'm telling you, Viva was on it like that. And not only did they already find us a bilingual replacement that is, I think she's in Guatemala, so she's working our times as well. Guys, she's like even freaking better than who we had before. And it was just so efficient in their team and just their back office and how they handle themselves, especially in something like that. Dude, it was just amazing. It was seamless. We didn't really have anything, any hiccups or obstacles in our organization. So special shout out to Viva. And that is a testimony from me. You guys do an amazing job. And thank you again for being the main sponsor of the show. As y'all know, it is winning on Wednesday, right? So you know what time it is. It's winning on Wednesday, right? We got to drop those wins in the comments. Go ahead and start dropping those wins in the comments, y'all. We want to celebrate you. I don't care how big or how small. Go ahead and drop those wins in the comments. My win, it's funny if anybody knows me, yesterday, even though I went through hell and back in the last 48 hours to get the thing, finally got a new phone. I am still Android. But man, I'm gonna put a post out there with my experience with T-Mobile and how I was able to get a free upgrade and blah, blah, blah. But that is my win. My phone, I don't know if any of y'all else are like this. You know, when it's like it's your baby, right? I've had this phone. It was a Galaxy Note 9 forever. I couldn't even open PDFs on the thing, right? It's like if I had something, I'd have to pull out my laptop. Glass is falling out of it, but it's like, it's just my phone, right? And so it's like I could have gotten a replacement forever ago. I finally freaking did it. So I know some of I get crap here in the office. So that is my weekly win, y'all. Again, drop those wins in the comments. We want to be able to celebrate y'all. Hope you again are having an amazing start to the week. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm really excited to have our guest on today. He is somebody who I've known now for probably a year or two, maybe 2 years, maybe if not longer, at least of him. And recently had the pleasure of having him in office. We've communicated outside of that. And guys, he's just a really good freaking dude. And he's doing some really big freaking things, and he's only getting bigger from here. So without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and give a nice warm welcome to my man, Mr. Alex Branning. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, Joe.
Yes, absolutely, dude. Thank you for joining, man. I appreciate you. And I know it's even somewhat short notice too. And I think that speaks a lot to people, right, when they show up for those in their corner, man. So thank you for being here, man. We're excited to have you and excited to see some of the things that you're going to be doing here and doing with us here in the Insurance Syndicate. So real quick, man, for those who don't know who you are, give them a 30,000-foot overview of who is Alex Branning, and then drop a weekly win for us.
Let's do it. So I was 17 years old, a nerd who loved to code. I started my company. I've been doing this for 24 years now. In the last 10, I've been working a lot with insurance. 4 years ago, me and my team dropped Agent CRM, which was one of the very first white labeled versions of High Level. And it was, I believe, the first for insurance. I was so early in the game that the CEO of High Level, Sean, was the salesperson who closed me on the white label. So I've been around for a minute. We are the largest CRM in the insurance space for marketing and sales platform. So we are so happy about the success we've had. We are crushing it. We got big things ahead. But my weekly win, man, last week, me and my wife, we celebrated our 18th wedding anniversary. Spent the week in Florence, Italy. It was absolutely amazing. What a dream. So just love celebrating her, celebrating what we built together as a family unit. And I'm excited for what you're building in the syndicate, man. So big things all around. Let's keep going.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Hey, Lily, if you could real quick too, we've got people commenting in here and we got a lot of people on the show. And I am not seeing any of the comments come through, but I see, okay, Josh Youngs, we got to give it, do you know who Josh
I know Josh Youngs, man. What's up, Josh? Good to see you, man. I don't think we've connected, but I know who he is. He's got a great reputation in the industry.
He put for his weekly win, got a rookie on the squad who's going to cross 300 apps in AP so far. He's on track to hit 590 plus in his rookie freaking year. That's insane. And I wonder why. It's probably because he's got the Medicare machine as his partner there. So, well, real quick, man, again, thanks for that quick intro, man. I love that you guys got to go to Italy and celebrate that, man. I haven't been out of the country in a long freaking time. Maybe that's something I need to put on my list for 2025. But man, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Again, we've got a really action-packed show, and even towards the, make sure you stick around with us because we're going to show you some things that I'm really excited to show you. And Alex is going to cruise through that with us. But real quick, man, what inspired you really to enter the CRM market, but more specifically focus on the insurance industry? GHL is obviously not just an insurance platform, right? I mean, there's build outs for freaking every industry out there. What made you go, well, I think I kind of know GHL, but more so really niching down into the insurance industry?
Yeah. So I really did a right-hand turn in my business about 13 years ago, going from a custom development house. So we were building websites for like Billabong, Audrina Patridge, Chrysler, me and my team of developers, we were working with some really cool companies building custom stuff. And then I did a right-hand turn and I went more into the marketing side, and I found a lot of success with insurance agencies, mostly in Southern California, because that's where I lived at the time. And then I just got a whole bunch of referrals, right? So I'm a very coachable person, Joe. And so my business coach at the time was like, Alex, every time you bring in a marketing client, I want you to make a YouTube video on the experience and what you did for them, and I want you to blog about it. And so I just did it, man. I was like, great, I'll make all these case studies. I'll just write it out. Fast forward, I've been doing it for 9 years at the time. We were crushing it. The pandemic happened, and a lot of the restrictions that life insurance agents faced were lifted, right? Because you could no longer do the face-to-face appointments anymore. So telesales went just absolutely bananas, and people were looking for online marketing campaigns that worked for insurance agents. And they found all those case studies that I'd been creating for years. My business quadrupled overnight. Literally, wow. We did 40 in February of 2020, 160 a month in March of 2020. It was like that. And so I built Agent CRM for me and my team. I was like duct taping all these different softwares together to make these marketing campaigns work. You know what I'm saying? It was like ClickFunnels for the funnel and like this for the email and Zapier for the automations. It was a mess. And so my team was like, man, we got to figure something out. They found Go High Level, which at the time was nothing like it is today. It was still pretty basic and rudimentary. Right. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but man, we got to like really skinny this down for insurance agents, because people don't build technology for insurance agents, right? And so they build it for e-com. They build it for coaching. They don't build it for insurance. It's a whole different space. It's a different customer journey. And so what we did is we took Go High Level, we skinnied it down for insurance, and then boom, Agent CRM was born.
Love it. So let me ask you this. It was actually one of the questions I had on here, but I'm glad you said it because I actually removed that question because I was like, well, I wasn't going to ask that, but now I'm going to ask it.
Yeah.
CRM is your client relationship manager, right? But I also believe it's the most powerful marketing tool that we have at our fingertips, right? How do you really see the CRM and marketing kind of tying together? I kind of wanted to go like down this rabbit hole a little bit because there's so much marketing that we're doing through this CRM, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, the CRM is there to like capture and maintain that prospect information so we can close them and all that and nurture to them and all that stuff. Like how do the two pair together, or how do you do that? Or what are your just thoughts on that?
Yeah. So CRM, when it first came out, that was really just kind of like a database. It was a way for you to
Right.
organize your list. It was like an upgrade from a spreadsheet to a CRM, right? You could like add tags and search and all that. Like back in the day, Act, I'm dating myself, but like Act was one of the first CRMs, right? And that's been kind of the standard. Well, then recently, about, give or take 8-9 years ago, companies like HubSpot, things like that started adding more tools to their CRM, making their CRM more of a marketing platform. So when I think of CRM, I use Agent CRM because people know the word. But if you look on our marketing material, we call ourselves a sales and marketing platform that just happens to be based around a CRM. Most of the sales that you make are not made as when somebody fills out a form. Most of the sales that you make are made in the long-term nurturing and trust building that you do with your messaging, personal branding, emails, etc. And so a really good CRM is something that, yes, it can integrate with Facebook and all that, capture leads, put them in your database, but really the best CRM is the one that empowers you as the insurance agent to build a relationship with your audience, to really connect with them. So how do you do that? Well, you do that through text and email. You do that through regular social media presence. You do that through connecting with them on a regular basis on the phone. And a CRM should help make all of those things easier. And that's what Agent CRM was built around. It was built around helping insurance agents build relationships easier and in a more automated way.
Right. I love the conversation that we had in my office too. And I kind of want to ask you this, man, just again with technology and CRMs, and we were kind of just talking about it, right? Like over the time, people have just slowly but surely started at it. And now it's like, oh shit, technology and it's here, right? What's the overall impact you think it's had specifically in the insurance industry? And I think you have a really cool vantage point because you get to see the people that tap into your system and then see them start, and they're posting their testimonials and this. And so I think that's got to be a really cool vantage point for you, where you're not necessarily on the sale in their agency, but you're like a huge piece of their agency, and you get to kind of see them evolve and like, man, they added 20 users yesterday, right? Or things like that. Like what's the and I know that's a broad question, but in your eyes, like what's the biggest impact that it's really had within our industry recently?
I think I see it. I'm gonna go a slightly different direction in my answer. I really see it helping in 3 ways. Number one, first and foremost, it helps insurance agents sell more because it creates that relationship. It automates the building of that relationship, and it helps the insurance agent reach more people, right? The insurance agent that sells the most is the insurance agent that talks to the most people, which is a very simple statement, but it's so true, right? We can complicate things, but at the end of the day, the insurance agent that sells the most is the one that talks to the most people. So the second thing that technology is doing that I see is it protects the agent, right? Like you see in the Medicare and ACA space specifically, there is so much regulation, so many compliance things that these agents have to watch for. And it's really hard to record all your conversations and keep track of all the documents they sign if you're doing things that are like, on paper, right? So like I've got a notepad here. What am I going to do? Am I going to record everything that you say about all the Medicare plans and prescriptions you need? That's a freaking hassle, right? But technology allows us to record the conversations that we're having. It allows me to, keep the scope of appointment saved as a PDF on the contact. I can see in one area, like in one conversation inbox, all the emails and text messages that you send. So it helps protect the agent. Right? That's a huge piece because there's so many people that are out there hunting insurance agents, law firms, etc., There
Right.
are regulatory bodies that make our job hard, right? So, but also with tech, man, I have seen so many agents really embrace technology because it eliminates human error. And that's a big piece of the puzzle is, when you automate a process, then what you're doing is you're setting these things in place so it just happens the
Right.
same way every single time, right?
Yep.
And so then you don't have to go, oh shoot, like, did I send that in?
Right.
Did I ask them for, their prescriptions? Did I get the VIN number and send that off, right? Like, you just walk them through a process using
Mhm.
tech to gather that information, either on a funnel form or through a text message sequence, whatever. That information is stored, saved, and then delivered to the right people. You don't got to think about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it helps the insurance agent focus on revenue generating activities.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, what is technology good for? Technology should be something that fills in the gaps of your day to day scheduling so that then you can focus your time on revenue generating activities and
Yes.
not the things that are keeping you from talking to more people throughout the day.
So I'm going this way too. I love this.
Yeah.
We may not even get or that we're just going to go long. I got a lot of
Let's
appointments.
go. Let's do
Who
it. Let's
cares?
do
I
it.
don't even care. Yeah. So when you came and visited in office, man, you talked about really, the power of relationships, right? And
Yep.
how important those are to have. So when we're using technology, and I know kind of your opinion on this, but would like for you to share it, is
Mhm.
how much of that should you automate and where should that touch point be to build that relationship? Or again, like, just what are your thoughts when it comes to, okay, how much should Joe be involved versus how much should the automation, or
Mhm.
vice versa, right?
I think you should automate as much as possible. Because what is relationship building in general, right? It's about you as a person bringing value to the other individual, right? So, like, for example, if you and I were messaging each other on Facebook and the messages happened to be generated by an AI Alex Branning, but you didn't know that, right? You wouldn't necessarily feel like you were getting, a robotic answer if the
Mm-hmm.
answers felt authentic and human.
Right.
But you're having a conversation. Now, if you guys Facebook message me, don't worry, it's actually me. But we know that's an example of, like, you
Mhm.
use things like in Agent CRM, we built Agent AI, and that responds to text messages and it helps schedule appointments and things like that. And there's a lot of hesitation that insurance agents have around using Agent AI because it's new, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's new tech, right?
The typical AI talk too,
They,
right? Like,
yeah,
I
and they've
robot.
seen they've
Yeah.
seen like horrible versions of this, right?
Mhm.
But when people turn on Agent AI, a couple things happen. One, they notice that they don't have to watch their phone anymore because Agent AI is responding in real time using natural human language. Number two, you can make AI sound like you using your slang, your sign-offs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it can feel like Alex instead of feeling like a robot.
Mhm.
And number three, it's that instant response time, right? So, like, one of my favorite stories is I had a guy who was, like, very concerned about using AI. His name was Steve. And he was like, okay, Alex, I'm gonna try this. I trust you. You've said it's gonna work. And so what he did is, you with Agent AI, you initiate the conversation with a single message, right? And so he initiated Agent AI and he sent a message to his current clients. And he just said, hey, this is Steve. I'm just checking in on you. If you would like, I would love to do a review on your policy. Hit me back with a time that works for you. Right. And he sets up this message to go out to his current client list, which is like 300 folks. Right.
Mhm.
And then he goes golfing, Joe. Right. And while bro is out golfing, Agent AI sets 22
Oh my lord.
appointments
God.
and it's all happening. So he's just looking at his Agent CRM app and it's just responding ding, 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 ding of people setting appointments
That's
and
sick.
people responding, hey, Steve, thanks for reaching out. I'm good. And Agent AI would respond, noting that they responded saying, I'm not interested, and say, sounds good. Have a great day. He was like, I went through all the responses because it had conversations with,
Right.
I believe, like 60 or 70% of the folks like
Jeez.
responded. And
Mhm.
he was like, there wasn't a single response that I was ashamed of, that I felt like I had to apologize for. He's like, they were all good. That
That's
that's automation at its
that's
finest, man.
that's one of
Like, that's a
the
relationship building. Yeah. That's a win right there,
My
right? That's
gosh.
relationship building using automation and AI. And there's just
Right.
so many different examples of that I could go on and on about. But that's a huge piece of it. One other piece that I don't see a lot of agents using is social media scheduling. Like there's a lot of tools out there now that allow you to schedule social media posts, but they also allow you to schedule the first comment under that post, which is really cool because links in a post,
Right.
the algorithms typically don't like that,
Yep.
but they don't mind algorithms in a comment. But the other thing that you can do inside of Facebook and Instagram right now is you can automatically reply to new comments on your posts, right? And so now you can have Agent AI liking the person's comment that was just left and replying on your behalf and starting a message. So now it's having a messenger conversation with the person. So there's just a bunch of cool stuff, Joe, that you can do as
Right.
an insurance agent where technology is helping you get in touch with more people, which,
Well,
going
what's
back
the
to my first statement, it's all about selling more insurance means talking to more people.
Yep, and guess time is money, man, and
That's it.
you need more time to talk to more people, right?
Yep.
The one note I wrote down when you're talking about it helps you sell more and it helps you, this is, and it's like, man, it just helps us keep our shit together, y'all.
Yep.
Like, and I seriously, if you're not using something, man, I mean, definitely check out Agent CRM, but if you're not using something, come on, y'all, you're missing the boat. Please
Yeah.
get off the Excel sheets, get off. I mean, come on, like seriously, you've got to be using something. And what is out? I mean, there's so many affordable things now too, to where hey, these are like some free tools that you could like maybe some widgets or whatever that you can plug in that then now, time is money, man.
That's it. That's
We're
it.
sitting there, we're talking about AI and CRMs. Do you always see them partnered together? Or do you ever see AI kind of becoming the CRM and kind of taking over like the main functionality of that platform? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I see AI as a great complement to a really powerful CRM system.
Okay.
AI is only as good as the data that you give it.
Right.
And so you're always going to need a data source that it can reference and pull from so that it can do the job well. Right. So, like, for example, with Agent CRM, one of the things that I'll showcase in just a moment inside of Agent CRM is some of the cool things that we've built out where we have nurturing for prospects and we have nurturing for clients, right? And so, but if you do not tag, like if you upload a list of 300 folks and you don't tag people, these 100 people are clients, these 100 people or these 200 are prospects, then one of those groups of people is going to get messages that are not intended for them. Does that make sense? Because
Right.
you didn't tell the system that, hey, this person should get a nurturing campaign as a prospect and this person should get check-ins because they're a client. And so AI is always going to need us to give it good information. Will AI creep more and more into the process? Absolutely. But that's a good thing. That's a really good thing because, again, it comes down to how can we avoid making mistakes? Well, if we have technology doing some of this work for us, like reading our client books, et cetera, and then marking it properly inside the CRM, that's just one more thing we don't got to do. Right. So
I think isn't it weird though? It's like, I feel like half the people I know are like, dude, AI to the freaking moon. And then the other half are like scared of it and they don't want to use it. And it's like, I don't know. I view it as it is. It's like, dude, that's just one less thing I got to do, man. That gives me more time to go coach T-ball, right? Or that gives me more time to go play. I played softball last night, or whatever that might look like in your life. Where it's like, it's just weird to kind of see where I feel like there's just like a line down the middle where there's just but it's kind of like when you look at it though, and you see who's even behind me and MJ and Kobe and everything. It's like, dude, the ones that are doing it now, man. Even just like just the early adopters, even for the next 3 months of using it versus somebody who's not, gosh, bro, like they can get light years ahead real quick because of how efficient these tools can make you, man. Well, so we're sitting here talking about the tools, we're talking about the AI and everything like that. Y'all, we wanted to go ahead and just open up Agent CRM. So Alex, if you want to kind of take a second, man, and just get whatever you need pulled up there, it should pull up and I can get it up on the screen. And y'all, we're going to do a kind of just a live demo and just show you all the value adds and the things that are built into Agent CRM to ultimately help you automate as much as possible, but still create meaningful relationships. So, all right, I see him there. All right.
I love
We
it.
good to
Let me
go?
know when it's showing. I can't see both on my screen here.
You're
So
you're you're showing. You're good to go.
awesome, man. Awesome. So I want to start off with inside of Agent CRM. Really, the biggest reason why we're the most popular platform for insurance agents comes down to what we call our click and play library. And I'm going to demonstrate the life insurance, the final expense branding bundle is what we call it. But inside of each branding bundle, we have funnels, workflows, pipelines, email templates, text messaging sequences, and automations for those specific products. So currently we got these up. Home and auto is coming, I believe, at the end of this week. And so, and then there's a little request form here for those of you that are in Agent CRM. You want us to make a branding bundle for your product, drop the request in here with your email address so we can track it. We got a list of, I think, 8 more that are in the pipeline after we finish home and auto. So we got a lot. So let me show you what it looks like inside of our branding bundles. This is our automation tab here. For those of you that know high level, you're going to know this screen really well. For those of you that don't know high level, this is a modified version of the left-hand menu. We've cleaned it up specifically for our insurance agents and hid some things that insurance agents don't need. Inside the workflow, check this out. I'm all about organization and being able to actually find what it is that I need to do in the moment. And so we've cleaned up our workflows and really everything that we've built inside of our branding bundles to be numbered and colored. The reason we did it is so that whether you're a person like me, I love numbered, but there's an entire segment of the population that organizes based on colors in their mind. And so we used both numbers and colors depending on, how your mind works. So inside of the final expense, we have lead generation. So these are, remember how I said you can use AI to create conversations? Well, we built it all out. So you don't have to figure out how to build it out inside of Agent CRM. We just did it for you. So, here, generate lead from a comment on a Facebook post, Instagram post. We also got this. Someone can text in the word final expense, and then Agent AI will initiate the conversation, their name and email address, and then using natural human language, set an appointment with the prospect so that now they're on your calendar. They are self-booking an appointment with this text messaging sequence. And it all starts with them texting you the words final expense.
Well, I
So
have to
when
say
we
too,
have
guys, that's the hardest part,
isn't
y'all.
that cool?
Is literally creating something from nothing. I had to pop on and say that, dude, because it's like that's where I literally struggle so much, is having to create something from freaking nothing. And I think you're just ahead of the curve, right? It's like, here it is, dude. We see it. It's like everybody comes in and like, you're not going to do it, right? Like, yeah, here's the package. Also, real quick, guys, if you do have any questions, make this as interactive as you want. We can get the questions answered live on the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, like for home and auto, what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 different text in campaigns, one for home, one for auto. And here's why we built the text in campaigns, Joe, because on TikTok and Facebook, like links on the reels don't really work that well, right?
Right.
But you can put a phone number on the very top as like a header on all your videos, right? Like text auto to, and then your Agent CRM phone number. So you're generating leads from your videos, and then the workflow just responds to those leads as they come in. They could text you at 1 a.m., but they're not going to wait for a response until you start your day,
Right.
because the automation just triggers and goes, oh, cool, I'm going to take over from here, right? So, so all social media and text messaging, we got lead gen working here. And then I'm not going to go through all of these because there's a lot of fun stuff that we built into it. But for final expense, we got a whole new lead campaign. I believe in speed to lead. So, as soon as somebody becomes a lead, then we hit them hard to get them on your calendar. So these email and text messaging sequences here are ready to go. I want to talk briefly about some of the things that we've built in that most people just don't think about, but it's so important if you're advertising online. So these are things that I get. This branding bundle, by the way, is free. It's included for all Agent CRM members. You can get all of our branding bundles and you're not going to get charged any extra. This is all included. But when somebody becomes a lead for your final expense insurance, You can add them to your Google Analytics tag. So now you can retarget them on Google. Same thing for Facebook. You can add them to a custom Facebook audience and retarget them. So that way they just keep seeing you every time they log in, right? To Facebook or Instagram or Google. They just see your face, see your ad. And then initiate Agent AI. Some people are not excited about it, so we leave this off by default, but I highly recommend turning it on so that it works for you. And then this is something that's relatively new. A lot of people haven't heard about this because it's like really freshly new in 2024, which is data enrichment. So what we can do is I can find your form, right, on Facebook and put in Alex Branning, my email address and my phone number. And on a typical Facebook lead, that may be all the info that you have. You're just like, all right, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call this Alex guy, right? But with data enrichment, you send that info to Lead Boost, and now Lead Boost brings back all the information that it finds on me. It's going to tell you my net worth. It's going to tell you I have a house in California, but I live in New York City. It's going to tell you I'm married with a daughter. It's going to tell you my credit score. It's going to tell you like if I'm on a public health insurance plan, what that is.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of information that's going to help you make a sale, whether you're selling life insurance, auto insurance, or health insurance. That information helps. And so if you want to turn that on, it's ready to rock and roll. So, and then the other automations for the other steps in the customer journey, self-explanatory as you look at it. Appointments scheduled and completed. If the sale was made, then there's an onboarding sequence that happens so that you get the information you need. And then if they're a client, we've already got this built out to send them a referral request, cross-sell them, and then hit them up on their renewal. So in the cross-sell is different for all the insurance products, and you can change it up as you see fit. But for final expense, we got cross-selling for disability insurance and then cross-selling to long-term care. So those email sequences are built in and they just work for you. Our goal is to help you make more money. And a lot of times we just forget to ask for the extra sale afterwards, but you don't got to think about it anymore. Agent CRM has it built in and ready to rock and roll. So, so those are the automations that we've got built in, man.
Let me pop to this real quick and we'll put it back on the screen. This has always been something that I've kind of, I mean, I talk to people about it and I hear it. What's the best way to warm up an email? Because we're talking about all these email campaigns. I think a lot of people or like, guys, don't use your main domain. So like if that email gets flagged, then it's like you're going to go to the spam. Like, yeah. What's your thoughts on that real quick? And then we'll get back into the system.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I highly recommend getting like a dedicated mail domain, which typically is just a subdomain, right? So like for Agent CRM, it's mail.agentcrm.com. And so now that is the subdomain that would be used for sending out mail. You don't got to, buy a whole different domain. You can just use the subdomain. And then if God forbid something happens to that subdomain, trash it, get a different subdomain. You can add as many subdomains as you want for no additional cost. And for those of you that are like, what the heck is a subdomain? Instead of www.agent-crm.com, it would be mail.agent-crm.com. So you can, those words in front of the main domain name are the subdomain. So I'm getting technical, but
no, that's good.
But yeah, it's a great question, man, because you do not, I know a guy who he was using his main account for that, and then he got flagged for spam too many times, and then literally like he was trying to send me like a personal email and it was going straight to my spam because his domain reputation was trashed. And so he was in a lot of trouble.
That goes at scale too. I'm thinking, it's like, okay, if I'm using my Clearview email and I send out 5,000 freaking emails and get flagged, that's like all of Clearview now. That's like, and that's a lot of freaking agents and agencies, right? That now that domain is like, oh crap. So I think it's really important. I don't think a lot of people think about that enough, which is why I wanted to ask you on that. So I'll go ahead and get back into the system here, but that's
okay. Cool.
Appreciate you.
Right on. Yeah, man. These are all good questions. If you're following along, like this is a lot of knowledge being dropped here. And then every single bundle we built out a full website for you. So your website has, we got our homepage, your calendar, and then the privacy and terms. This is really important for A2P. It's also important for running Facebook ads. And then we got a document upload feature here. So if you need any documents from your clients, you can just send them a link to this funnel step. And then what is final expense. It's an informational site we built out that just describes what final expense insurance is. And then we have included that in some of the emails that we wrote out for you. Like we have that long-term, we have a 52-week nurturing campaign already set up and ready to rock and roll for you. And in that, we link people to this what is final expense insurance page. On this page, we also have your calendar. So if they're reading it and they go, man, you know what? I want to talk to Joe more about this. They can just book a call on the calendar. And then without getting too much in the weeds, I don't want to get like too nerdy on this, but one of the things that we have inside of Agent CRM, again, it's all about making this easier. We have a customizer tool, which I haven't seen any other insurance marketing platform have, but this customizer tool allows you as the agent to sign up for Agent CRM. You do our onboarding, so you're integrating your Facebook and Google Calendar so we can set appointments the right way and listen to your social media account. But then you log into the customizer tool, just click the link on the left-hand side, and you fill in your name, email, upload your logo and your profile photo. And then this entire branding bundle, all the emails, all the funnels, everything is immediately branded to you with your colors, your phone number, your social media links on every page, and on the bottom of every email. Everything is just done. You don't got to learn funnels. You don't got to dive in and figure out how to change all this stuff inside of an email. You don't got to do the manual work either. It's all just done. The goal is to get you up and running as quickly as possible. And to that end, we've given you the entire marketing engine, and we've made it super easy to get it up and going quickly so that you can use it with the Agent CRM customizer.
Love it, dude. Love it, man. Can you go into, so I think there's one thing to get all of the leads and have it all set up and have everything flowing in, right? But then ultimately it's like we still need to be managing this and making sure that our people are actually closing the leads and whatever that's coming into the CRM that's doing so effortlessly. Can you go through some of the reporting features or anything like that, showing us kind of how you can pull that? I think that's like one of the most important parts, right?
Yeah. So I can go over the reporting just as a note. So there's a lot of different reports that you can run. I'm inside of a sub account that we are using just for the final expense branding bundle. So you're not seeing data here, just so you know. So that's why you're not seeing it. But so there's different reports that you can get. You can actually build custom reports. So if you're running an agency, we can set you up with an agency account inside of Agent CRM. And you can get access to literally every single one of your agents' accounts inside of Agent CRM. So you can run reports for them however you want that to look. Inside of your Agent CRM, you can run Google and Facebook ads reports. You can also run a call report. And so here you can see how many calls are actually being made, right? Date and time, incoming, outgoing. You can actually see in real time, and then you can run different filters and things like that on all the calls that are made. And then the call, you call by status. You can see average call duration, total call duration, again, different dates, different times. So you can actually see this first time calls by status. This status is by the stage in there they are in the pipeline. See, this is all real time. Like this is, you want to log in, somebody says, man, I'm having a hard time making sales. Man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's go to your reporting. Right. Let's see how much time you're spending on the phone. Let's see how many new leads you're getting in.
They're right? Like, no, I don't want to show you that tab.
Exactly. So in here, look, so see, everything's color coded, right? Look how beautiful this is. Like you can see, how is it working? How is my system working for me? You can see the conversions based on where they're at in the process. You can see the emails. Man, are my emails even getting opened? Like, is this working? You can see your SMS and then all your call metrics. Look at this. So you got, so manual action calls is your power dialer. And then you got your regular dial. You just pick up the phone on your app. You know, this is tracking all that. Incoming calls, like, man, are people calling you and you're just not getting to them? If so, like, you know, we can look at that, right? And then your efficiency. So this tells you, like, you know, one, your total sale value, your average sales duration. Is it taking me, you know, 3 weeks to close a deal on average? Is it taking me 3 days to close a deal? Right. So, so this is what the reporting looks like. And then we got appointment reports as well, that just show, like, how many people are booked in on my calendar. Are they working? And when I say, are they working, I mean, are they actually showing up? You know what I'm saying? So the reporting is really good. And we got some custom reports that you can build out too. So, this is huge for agencies specifically, and it's good for, you know, self-accountability to kind of see what's going down.
Real quick, I'm gonna put you back up on here. Can you still see your screen, or are you seeing
Yep.
me?
Yep.
You're seeing
I'm
me,
seeing
or
I'm seeing you.
okay, cool. So question on that, right? So when it comes to like CRMs and really just like and I love the color code and all that. And you know what I use and everything like that. It's
Yep.
the
Yep.
UI, right?
Mhm.
Like that user interface, like just how important is that, right? When you're going out and building something. And it also leads me into kind of one of my last questions here. And then I want to kind of get back into, and I know we've got some things that we want to cover here towards the end of the call as well. But like really, like what differentiates you from the others? But then ultimately it's, guess what? Agent CRM, when it first
Mhm.
started, is not probably what it is today, right?
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
continue to improve it and evolve that UI, right? As more features
Mhm.
come in and there's more metrics to track now because of AI, but we still want to make it easy on the user. Like, how are you keeping up with that? Like, just kind of walk through some of that and the importance of that.
Yeah, so the UI is critically important because you got to be able to find exactly what you're looking for as soon as you open up Agent CRM, right? So we have been working really hard to make it easy to find, and we're working on even little things like color coding customer stages, right? Things like that make you go, okay, I want to see exactly where things are at in the process. As far as like what we do, like on our side to continue improving and why people choose Agent CRM, part of it is everything I just kind of put on display with everything being pre-built. That's really important. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's pre-built if you're not getting help actually setting it up and using it. Our support is top notch. We have all day Zoom support. We could hop in a live Zoom room right now, Joe, and my team would be able to help answer questions. That's
That's sick.
included. That's free.
That's
You
sick.
could pick up the phone and call us if you wanted. Like nobody has phone support, man. You could pick up the phone and talk to an Agent
Oh,
CRM support rep and we can
I
help
just
you.
went through that with T-Mobile, bro. Don't
Yeah,
even.
it's a mess.
Oh man. Yeah. Yep. That's funny,
When we
man.
got email, we got a Facebook group, and we got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live chat, text-based help inside of Agent CRM. So you're never alone. You always have someone that can be there for you. We're rolling out the goal Q1, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, phone support. So no matter what, you can just pick up the phone and talk to us. So agents love phone support, Joe, and so we're
Uh-huh.
stepping up our phone
Yep.
support game, and we're going to
Cool.
be there. I'm a huge believer in Zoom, but follow what the market says, and agents love phone support, so we're
Yeah.
diving deeper into that.
Speaking of phones, we did have a question live in the chat from Mrs. Willis. Do you use Lead Connector for the
We
phones?
do.
Okay,
We do use
cool.
Lead Connector for our phones. Yep, that is
And
the high level phone system. For those of you that are like, "What the heck is she talking about?" So that is the high level phone system, and the reason we use it is there is a ton more features that we get access to when we use the Lead Connector phone system as opposed to just going straight to Twilio.
yeah, she had a second question there. I'm looking for a CRM with a on hold queue for calls. I'm looking for a CRM
Um,
with an on hold queue for calls, I think.
mhm,
I'll read
mhm. Yeah, so it sounds like what she's looking for is I don't know if Lead Connector, if the phone system has that yet. She's looking for more of a business phone system.
that.
That on hold queue is very popular in like landline phone systems, but when it comes to like software based phone systems,
Right.
not seeing a lot of that yet. One
Okay.
thing though, Mrs. Willis, that's coming out Q1 2025, an incoming voice AI, which is going to be really
Hmm.
cool. So what people can do there is they can answer the phone, jot down the name and info. If you only wanted to do this, it could be limited to just this. Jot down their name and info, what they're calling about, and then text you an AI generated summary with a transcript of the call so that then you can call them back as soon as you're available.
Hmm.
Now, the voice AI will have a lot more features than that, but if that's all you want to use it for, then it can just be simply a message taker for you as well. That would solve, I think, that on hold problem that you're looking for,
Yep.
because then every single call that comes in would be answered right away.
Got it. Got it. Cool. Guys, and again, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate. Screw you, Murray. Matt Murray. Tell him to dab or he's not live. You got to dab. It's like, gosh, I'm like, oh, and there he is always if he gets in on the live show. Tell him to dab or he's not live. We are live, Murray. How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. Okay, cool. Well, dude, let's go ahead and just kind of take the last a few minutes here. I know that we had some news that we wanted to drop, and I know you've got some things that are coming up that we're going to be, pushing out here to our insurance syndicate family. And we're very excited again to kind of, y'all, you're going to start seeing a little bit more of Alex here in the group.
Yep.
And we're just, he's now recently, we're revamping the preferred vendor list. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. I know I've had some other posts out there, and we've just had a little bit of a slower start to that, but we're right there and we're ready to rock. So Alex is one of our preferred vendors here within the insurance syndicate. If you guys are looking for that CRM, then definitely, I mean, you guys just saw it, right? And I can literally, I'll put it back up on the screen. I mean, it's a beautiful, go to that main dashboard.
Yeah, man, let's do it. Let's do it.
Like,
so this is my favorite part of Agent CRM right now, just because we spent so much time on it. I'm going to open that up again, which is our click and play. Bam. So there you go. Click and play library. But if you are interested, just go to agent-crm.com, which should be right by my name, agent-crm.com. Free trial, 14 days to just check us out, see what we're all about, meet our support team, jump in our Facebook group to meet me and other users, and really get your hands dirty with it. See what it's like. See if it's a good fit for you. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's about just seeing, like, you can get a demo, you can hear what it's all about, you can hear other people's success stories, but at the end of the day, it's all about, we got thousands of users. I think as far as like users in the system that are actually using it on a day-to-day basis, I think the last check was, over 3,000 for sure. But you got a lot of users that just don't log in every day. So
right. True. So you probably have a lot more users, but just daily active. Okay, that's actually that's a good data point, I think, to look at too. It's like, okay, how many people are out? And isn't that funny too, though? You got that many, you got thousands. I'm pretty sure the last user, like how many you guys have done is like freaking 10 or 11,000. But then and how many of them are probably still paying and still not freaking logging in?
But a lot of them just use the app, Joe, because the system does the work for them. They just get notified when a new lead comes in. They call them on the cell, and then they just slide them over in the pipelines, and the system does the work. So they don't need to, they don't feel the need to log in anymore because the system does a lot of it for them.
Okay, I like that, man. Well, bro, you've got something dropping on Friday, right? Do we want to say anything now? You want to go ahead and drop that?
We got our Black Friday deal is dropping on Friday inside the insurance syndicate. I'll make a post in the Facebook group. So we're rolling out deals that we've never rolled out before. Super excited about it, and I really appreciate Joe allowing me to share the Black Friday deals that we got with the syndicate group. So my goal is to be your tech partner in the syndicate. Whether or not you use Agent CRM, I want you to look at me as a resource. I'm rooting for you. My goal is to see every single person in the syndicate succeed, embrace technology. Again, whether or not you use Agent CRM, technology is your friend, not your enemy. And at the end of the day, just based on everything we've talked about, at the end of the day, the insurance agent that embraces AI is going to be more successful than the insurance agent that does not embrace AI. Simply because the one that uses AI will be able to do more revenue generating activities than the agent that insists on doing everything by hand the old fashioned way.
Love it, man. Love it. And it's not the first time that you guys have heard that, but these are our words of encouragement and really just trying to push out, just take the leap, right? Get a taste. Like you said, he's got a 14-day free trial. If you don't have something right, or you're not happy where you're at, take advantage of freaking 14-day free trial, right? Check it out.
Yeah.
You saw the whole demo. Again, if you guys are catching the replay, don't hesitate to ask any questions. We will definitely circle back to y'all and be on the lookout for that Black Friday sale on Friday. Y'all, it has been an amazing show. Happy winning on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in every week. You guys are amazing. We appreciate you. The comments were great today. Thank you for being involved. Jess Suda too. I had to give you. She's like, "Oh, that's me. I love the color option." So that's, you're already speaking to somebody in the crowd, right? But happy winning on Wednesday, y'all. And ultimately, Alex said it earlier, right? The more people you freaking talk to is going to be the more things that you're selling, more products, more policies, more relationships built, all that good stuff. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Thanks, guys. Later.
Thank you.